Tiger Woods charged with a DUI following a crash Friday night in South Florida. He was released from jail late Friday night. I spoke with Lisa Cornwell. She's the host of PGA Tour Live about whether Tiger will be welcomed back to the tour and what this means for his legacy.
Look, I think it's a great question, Hena, and I'm sure that a lot of folks are having that as they wake up this morning. I've been here in Sydney, as I mentioned, and reading the news. I've been on social media all day, and as you very well know, we live in this 11-second news cycle right now. Everybody on social media is an expert. Everybody is giving an opinion. This is a legal case, and you operate with attorneys and people who offer you facts all the time. And I think it's important right now to remember that at this stage, we have to let the facts come out. Tiger Woods is a human being. Instances have happened before. This instance is different. It's the present situation, and from a legal standpoint, we have to let the experts do their work. We have to let the medical people do their work and let the facts come as they may. I hear a lot of people right now giving an opinion. They're using words like they're disappointed. They've already been judge and jury. Yeah. And that's where everybody will just take a beat, let the facts come out. Tiger's a human being. He's a father. And let's remember that point of it as well.
The Masters begins in less than 2 weeks, Lisa. Do you expect him to be in Augusta?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know what Tiger's dealing with right now. I'm sure right now he's having a discussion with his kids. He's talking, he's talking to his young kids. He's talking to folks in his inner circle who depend on him and rely on him, who he's close to. Tiger's a smart guy, Hena, and look, none of us we don't want to be in this situation. None of us wants to see Tiger in this situation. The facts are as they are right now. We're still learning about what will happen. Will he be at Augusta National? No one can answer that question right now. What I'm happy about was that I heard that he was okay. No one was hurt. And we'll just wait to see what happens next.
I'm with you here. I'm rooting for Tiger, and I have no doubt many people in the U.S. and really around the world are rooting for him. He is one of the best golf players in history, and no one can take that away from him. But we also know he's had a crazy long list of injuries, not the least of which includes 7 back surgery since 2014. That takes a lot out of anybody, especially an athlete. How prominent a figure does he remain on tour despite barely competing over the last 5 years?
Well, I would say this simply. I'm talking to you right now from Sydney, Australia, and it's at the top of your news show that's right after what's happening in the Middle East right now. So I think that alone says how important Tiger is in the world of golf, what he means to the sports world. I was at dinner tonight with family, and we were talking about that, the discussion. And again, everybody has their opinion, but I just, again, encourage people to let the facts come out, listen to experts. Let's just take a beat for a minute and see what happens. But again, remember that he's a human being and people can form their opinions, but just give it a couple days and let's decide based on what we know once more information comes out.
You and I briefly talked about the 2021 car crash that he was involved in, and you made a really good point. Every accident is different. Last night's is a different situation. He has said in the past, in 2021, that he was lucky to survive. But how does this current accident impact his career, Lisa?
I don't know. I mean, look, we saw him at TGL the other night. He looked good. I mean, Tiger's super fit. I go back. I played junior golf with Tiger, so I've known him. He's like a brother. And so I have this personal relationship. I have a professional relationship. And I root for Tiger Woods, the golfer. I root for him as a human being. And I think in this current situation, look, Tiger's been the comeback king for his entire career. Right now, there are a lot of things happening that are much more important than golf. Your viewers understand that. You certainly do. And that's where we are right now. Again, I can't state enough. I'm thankful he's okay. And I'm so thankful that nobody was hurt or injured in that car accident.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. And again, we're all rooting for Tiger. We're all fans here. Lisa Cornwell, thank you so much. And thanks for joining us from Australia this morning.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.